Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honest to the apostles, salute your brothers, teaching the word in sincerity and in truth. So we was at the camp the other week, and there was a part in there where pretty much there was, you could say, I'm just gonna say it like this: a convoy of chariots that just kept coming over the camp. And they were moving in like so it'd be one after the other. One would come, and then one would shortly follow it. And this was going on for a while. That's the best. I'll probably try and describe it another way, but it was right over the camp as well. And pretty much when we were seeing that, the first thing I thought of was the times that we're in, and the fact that the Lord is gonna reveal Himself to the planet, because the one the world calls Jesus Christ is actually gonna make an appearance on planet Earth. So, which let me do this. Let's read. This is Revelations. One, the revelation of Yahushua, which the Most High gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must surely come to pass, and he sent and signified it by his angel unto his servant John. Let's do this. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. So that is the what they call the second coming of the one the world calls Jesus Christ. Now, how do you think he's coming? He's coming in the ships, in the spaceships and UFOs, the mysterious objects. And these objects of causing panic in, NASA and certain different powers on this earth, And then let's play some of this.
U.S. Representative Anna Paulina Luna is calling on NASA to share unreleased photos of the Three-Eye Atlas.
So you got this Three-Eye Atlas thing. Now, pretty much when you look in the sky, right, you'll have objects that NASA and stuff like that are watching. Now didn't they come out and say, well, UFOs are real, from Congress and stuff like that. And the government, they made public certain files, right, or made it public information to say, well, yeah, UFOs are real. So they actually came out and said that themselves, because before it was like, oh, well, it's a conspiracy and things of that nature.
Comet, as it appears to have shifted colors for a third time.
But we didn't receive a response to the letter. Instead, the acting administrator of NASA, Sean Duffy, responded to a tweet by Kim Kardashian. It's December 19th. That's when Three-Eye Atlas will come closest to Earth. And that's just 6 days before Christmas, and Let's all hope that it will not deliver any unwanted gifts for the holidays.
I don't know what this video is. I just started. I said, you know what? But the reason why I put this on, is because you've got this object in the sky that they're saying it's just there, you know. You're gonna get that, and that's gonna happen even more, you know.
40 days. That's how long NASA has withheld the clearest images ever captured of 3I Atlas, the interstellar comet that is breaking every rule in astronomy right now. China released their data, Europe released their data. 50 observatories worldwide published their findings.
Yeah, because the chariots of the Most High, you know, the technology of the Most High is beyond, you know, your rules of physics or whatever you want to put it. Now, there's nothing, the scripture says there's nothing possible with the Most High. So, that just should tell you all right there. You know, they can do these ships can do anything. They can disappear. Anything that they've set up, they can disappear, reappear. And notice it's got these organizations shook up. So let's go here. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindred of the earth shall wail because of him. So, what does it mean when it says them that pierced him? It's talking about them that put him on the cross. When he was put on the cross. So, the Lord's coming back. He's the one that's going to be coming back in what you call UFOs, not green men, because that green men thing is that we was going into actually. So psyops and things like that. It's probably a better word to use for it than that, but I'd say it's deception, you know, set up by certain organizations to turn you away from the truth. And let's do this. There's going to be a war in heaven. Give me one sec. Revelation 12:7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against a dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. When you read the scripture, when you read Revelation, you know the beast and the dragon. It's always talking about systems. So the fact that we know it's talking about systems shows you who Michael and the archangels were going to be fighting against. And prevailed not, neither was their place found anymore in heaven. So, and you know, NASA and stuff, they've got programs called things like the Dragon and etc. I think they've actually got one called the Dragon. They call themselves after Satan in Revelations. Now, why would they do that if they're not in tune with certain things? It's Normans, and they channel Satan anyway. They're aware that they're the Antichrist. You know, there's pictures of Elon Musk throwing up the goat horns and wearing a goat on his some goat headed, or I'd say a Baphomet head, right? When you go to Revelation 19, it tells you that it goes into the war in heaven as well. Talks about, I want to get to the point. Revelation 19:19, and I saw the beast go into the system, and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army. So the kings and the rulers of this world, and what are their armies going to be? Your military, your armies, they're going to try and make war against the Lord. Now, you got this thing right here. I'd say that, because I put in UFOs, I'd say that the chariots were like, you see how you got these red dots, they were more far apart than that. But that's how they were coming. Then they would kind of do something zigzaggy and disappear. There was a lot going on. We couldn't get it on the camera. Because it's just we tried to pick it up, but couldn't really get it on there. But these are signs of the times. What does the scripture say? The heathens are dismayed at the signs of heaven. Now these chariots represent salvation. For the elect. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get. Let's do this. Let's get Zechariah. Zechariah 5:1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes. So they're always looking up. So when you look in the sky, these things are described in the scriptures. And looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. And this is what they're doing. Oh, what's that in the sky? Oh, it's defying physics. It's just in the sky. All right. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. And that's why you've seen these videos and they're all shocked. Oh my God, what's this? What's going on here? It's clear, because pretty much it says it's the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth. So they're observing it. And soon they're gonna be trying to shoot at these chariots, like you watch Star Wars and stuff like that. Well, they know that's why they got those types of shows, because they're against the Lord Yahweh Shai coming back, the second coming of the Lord. They're against that. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. People are going to be falling before these ships, man. They're going to be getting zapped, laser beams and things like that. And that's the time we're in, bro. You've got the 3i Atlas thing. You got chariots sightings ramping up all over the world. Um, and we know what they're coming for. They're coming for judgment on this kingdom. Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon this sinful kingdom, and He will judge it from off the face of the earth. So that's what they're gonna do. But yeah, I'd say I don't remember how much, because I went on the camera, brothers were still watching. But if I was to estimate, I don't really want to put a number to it, but it was over 30. And there was other things that was happening. If brothers probably can do a re-video to go into it. But it was highly spiritual, because pretty much it's like the chariots, they're always scouting and stuff. They're always looking at what's going on the planet, and they can actually be invisible, but then they can reveal themselves. So that's the glory of the Lord. So they can reveal themselves. They can just appear. They can be invisible, and then they can appear. They can just reveal. That's what they can do. They can shrink in size. And they and don't for one second think that they haven't been looking at these chariots, man. That's what they do. So there you go. But we come in the time of the end anyway, so all of these chariot sightings and things, that. And you know what? Daniel's, was it 12:1? Talks about Michael, the archangel. Let's read this quickly. I can read more of that, but let me go to that. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. So what I want to do, let's read this. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. How are you going to be delivered? Beamed up into the ships. They had that with Superman and, General Zod and all that. They went into ships. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. And at that time shall Michael, so the things that are like usually, that's a bit weird, that's spooky, or like, well, it ain't a joke anymore, because they're coming out and telling you. And like I said, we always say that the elites are into this, watching the ships, and they know it's real. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. To the point I was gonna make on that, but it's slipped my mind. But these archangels, will be there. But but there's a connection between, you know, because pretty much they're gonna deliver, as we read it at that time. People shall be delivered. So they're to, you know, to destroy Babylon the Great and things like that, and deliver the elect. So yeah, we're in a spiritual time, and everything's out there right now because, you know, because of the time we're in. They're pushing digital IDs, and when I say digital, they're pushing draconian, they're pushing draconian legislations and things like that. And that's Revelation 12:12. So while they're pushing like draconian legislations and things like that, the Lord is showing his ships, the UFOs. So they're ramping up with their agendas. And the Lord is they're all falling into the hands of prophecy. Anyway, that's where they all fall in. You know, so but yeah, so we seen some chariots and things like that. Different brothers see chariots all over the world and all that, but you know, we'd done the link up, and it was just heavy that happened when we did that. We just kind of, you know what I'm saying? So the way it happened and shit like that. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna close this one out. Probably do a read to or part 2 or something. But anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.